Race fans, it's about that time of year where the NASCAR Cup Series is about to head out to some tracks where we can see some upset winners. This week you got Bristol on the dirt, and next week you got Talladega. And if you're going to go winless this season, these next 2 weeks are very, very crucial. You cannot wreck out, and you cannot lose many points to your rivals, so it's going to be very interesting. But I'm also here to give y'all my Truck Series predictions for this weekend at Bristol. Something new to the channel. Decided to spice things up. But I'm also here to tell y'all that I'm doing a Pick 5 contest. And to be entered, it is pretty simple. All you're going to have to do is go down below to the comment section and type in who you think will finish in the top 5. If you go 5 for 5, you get an autograph of your choice. And if you go 4 for 5, you get an unsigned hero card. So comment down below your top 5 for both series. And who knows? You may win a prize or two. So comment down below to be entered. But let's get started.
Hey, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. here at Kroger, and you're watching William Blackwell on YouTube.
Before I talk about Bristol, I am wanting to talk about this past weekend at Martinsville for all 3 series. The campaign at Martinsville started off on Thursday night for the Truck Series, and we saw William Byron getting the checkered flag for Spire Motorsports in the 7 truck. He held off a hard-charging Kyle Busch and others at the end of the race, which kind of surprised a lot of people, because not many people expected Byron and that machinery he's in to go win a race in a dominating manner. But Byron won it, and passing was, you had passing here and there, but it wasn't really so easy to pass. Which ain't a bad thing, but you want to have a chance. But Friday night rolled around. You kind of expected it to be a domination by Ty Gibbs. He was on the front row, on the pole, very quick car. But he dominated most of the race. But at the end, a lot of drivers just quit respecting others, and they started bumping them and hitting them out the way, and he saw wreck after wreck. I believe at the end of the race, we saw on the pylon almost 17 cautions. That's crazy. And at the end of the race, Ty Gibbs got bumped out, and that's what it took to win here at Martinsville. You had to bump the guy out because you could not pass him clean because you're running so low horsepower package. So passing is at a minimal with this package they're running. But Brandon Jones went on to win the race, and we saw Sam Mayer and Ty Gibbs get into it. And Sam Mayer got a little cheap shot or two, but he came out with a black eye. Ty Gibbs, I don't know. I'm on Ty Gibbs' side, by the way. Comment down below whose side you're on. But Brandon Jones won the race. Good for him, but Joe Gibbs was not too pleased at all. That's his car going to victory lane, but he was not pleased on the actions Ty had after the race with Sam Mayer. But fast forwarding it to Saturday night, the Cup race. Passing was at a minimal. We saw 0, yes, I'm saying that right, 0 on-track passes for the lead. Now tell me, who expected that to happen entering this weekend at Martinsville? Because if you did, you could probably be rich right now off of them bets. No one expected this to happen. It was a terrible race. No one could pass. They're running so low horsepower. And that's causing them to not exit off corners with enough momentum to make a pass. And by the time they get the momentum, it's already time to make a turn. The straightaways are so short. So get them more horsepower NASCAR, because, man, this racing product sucks. And it's not the first time we've seen it this year at a short track. The LA Coliseum, not many people liked it. I didn't. Phoenix, my man Chase Briscoe won the race, but I'll still admit that race sucked. No one could pass. Richmond, no one could pass. Track position was key. Martinsville, same exact thing. Track position was key, and you really couldn't make a pass. Because, like, for an example, Austin Dillon at the end of the race, yes, he was quick, but he was holding up that 22 car of Joey Logano and the 45 of Kurt Busch significantly, and it was just hard to pass. NASCAR's going to make a change, and I'm sure they will. But, yeah, Short track racing is a disaster right now. But now we're going to talk about the Truck Series. This weekend, the NASCAR Truck Series will head out to the Bristol Motor Speedway to race on dirt. And this time around for the Truck Series, we're going to see a lot of Cup drivers in this race. And some will do good and some will do pretty bad, like Harrison Burton. I don't think he's going to do good at all. But winning this Saturday night's truck race at Bristol is going to be the 54 car for DGR Racing. It's going to be the Joey Logano. It's very weird to see him in the 54 car, which has the same font as Joe Gibbs Racing 54. Crazy times we're living in here. But Logano is going to go out and win Bristol. And a quick reminder, he won the Bristol Dirt Race for the Cup Series last year, so this shouldn't come as a big surprise to many. But finishing runner-up to him will be the 52 truck of Stuart Friesen. Oh, Stewie, Todd Bodine likes to call him. He is very consistent this year. He's going after a championship, and I think this is the year if he's going to get it done. He will bring it home P2, and it's going to be a very satisfying night for him. And we'll see how things go for the Cup side. I'm not too sure if he's entered for a race or not, but keep a close eye on that, because if he is, you might want to put him on your fantasy lineup. Bringing it home in P3 will be Matt Crafton. A quick reminder here, in the past he's won at Eldora. And getting the win at Eldora was a difficult task for him because years prior at dirt tracks, he struggled. And he made a big commitment. And this off time, he went dirt racing. Whenever the Truck Series was off for weeks upon weeks, he went dirt racing and got better at it. He got his craft better. And every time they go to a dirt track nowadays, he's always a force to reckon with. So Crafton will be a force to reckon with, obviously, Saturday night. But will bring it home P3. Bringing it home P4 will be Grant Enfinger. And he is someone also in the same boat as Matt Crafton. Many years ago, they struggled to find pace at Eldora, the only dirt track they raced at the time in the Truck Series. And in his off time, he started working his craft and committing to a lot of dirt racing. And he got better and he won Eldora. I forgot which year it was, 2017 or 18. He won by a foot. Very close, but Enfinger does have a win under his belt at a dirt track in the Truck Series. So he's obviously going to be up there, a force to reckon with. But rounding out your top 5 will be the 99 truck of Ben Rhodes. Ben Rhodes is your defending NASCAR Truck Series champion from the 2021 season. He's going to do good here. He has gotten a lot better in the past of dirt racing. But I think he's going to fall short of the victory. But the top 5 will be huge for this team because they're looking for points. And points are valuable for the Truck Series because there's only 10 spots. And there's a chance we could see 10 plus winners in the regular season. So it might come down to points. So Ben Rhodes is going to go extremely hard here. Dark Horse, however, is going to be a DGR truck. No, it's not Haley Deegan. No, it's not Taylor Gray. It is going to be the 15 truck of Tanner Gray, older brother of Taylor. He's going to have a good race here, I believe, a top 10, worst case scenario. And he should come out pretty high up in the point standings after this race. I believe he's going to have a great showing, but there you go, top 5. Joey Logano wins, Stuart Friesen finishes 2nd, Matt Crafton 3rd, Grant Enfinger 4th, Ben Rhodes 5th, and my dark horse will be Tanner Gray. But now on to the Cup Series. This Sunday night, the NASCAR Cup Series will race at the Bristol Dirt Race. And they raced here last year, but it was supposed to be on a Sunday afternoon. Who schedules a dirt race in the afternoon? Nobody does. But rain came and they decided to postpone it to Monday afternoon. And that's when we saw a Monday afternoon dirt race. Like, it's got to be one of the first, right? But the race started off, it was a disaster. The track was not well prepped, and we saw a lot of cautions for track maintenance. And at the end of the race, NASCAR said to hell with it. And they decided to make them go single file restarts, which just pretty much eliminated the chance of making a green flag pass with under 2 laps. And that's what it came down to. Logano held off a hard-charging Ricky Stenhouse Jr., But if there's a couple more laps left, Stenhouse would have probably got past Logano. And I like Stenhouse here. He's a great dirt racer, and he makes a lot of sense. And he is my pick to win this Sunday night's Easter special at the Bristol Dirt Race. JTG Daugherty Racing has not been in victory lane in quite a while. Back in August of 2014, I remember it was their most recent win with AJ Allmendinger, first and only win, by the way. But it's a long time coming, and I believe this will be the weekend. Oh, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Mr. Excitement, will pull off the win. But finishing runner-up to him will be a great and phenomenal dirt racer, Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell last year was not a force to reckon with because he was in a wreck involving him and Kyle Larson, two prominent dirt racers. And this time around, they're both going to be competitive, as Christopher Bell will finish P2 and Kyle Larson will finish P3. P4, however, will be the 14 car of Chase Briscoe. Last year, Chase Briscoe was a rookie. And when you looked at the schedule, he had a couple of tracks circled. Obviously, the super speedways is an even playing field. Definitely not the mile and a half, and short tracks are hit and miss. He's not the best at short track racing. But he did have the road courses and the Bristol Dirt Race circled, and he thought that was a chance to possibly win the race or get a great result. In the race, he was involved in 2 accidents, which gave him significant damage and pretty much eliminated his chances of winning the race. But this time around, I don't think he's going to be involved in many wrecks. Everybody's going to be involved in a wreck, but not as many as Briscoe's not going to be involved in many, but he will bring it home P4. Rounding out your top 5 will be the 3 car of Austin Dillon. Last week, Austin Dillon had a great showing at Martinsville. He finished in the top 5. A great run for him. But yes, Austin Dillon, he's finally turning things around. RCR is as a whole. I know this is a long shot here, but Austin Dillon in the top 5 back-to-back weeks is going to be big for this team as they make a run for the playoffs. And remember what I said at the beginning of the video. These next 2 weeks are very crucial weeks for drivers that are not going to win the season and are going to have to point their way in, because these next 2 weeks you cannot lose much points at all to your rivals, because this will make or break your season. Because if you don't do good these next 2 weeks, you can be in a big deficit to where you're in a must-win situation as we go into the summer races, which you do not want to have at all. But Austin Dillon won't have to worry about it. Everybody here is a dark horse besides dirt racers, and so this one right here might not come to a surprise, but I'm not 100% certain if this driver is in the lineup for Sunday. It's still to be determined, but if he is, Stuart Friesen will be my dark horse. He raced this race last year in the 77 car for Spire Motorsports. He's been testing for Spire Motorsports here for the Bristol Dirt Race, and he tested at Lancaster, but he'll try to get NASCAR in their research and development game for their dirt race up there. And from his feedback, it's going to be a better race than it was last year. Nothing too spectacular, but a lot better than it was last year, because last year was a crap show. We did not want to see that again. But there you go. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will win for JTG Daugherty Racing, owned by Jody and Tagga Schechter, and co-owned by NBA legend Brad Daugherty. P2 be Christopher Bell, P3 Kyle Larson, P4 Chase Briscoe, P5 Austin Dillon, and my dark horse Stuart Friesen. But he is not officially on the driver lineup. But everybody though, remember to please like and subscribe and comment down below to be entered in this Sunday's Pick 5 contest.